right, everybody. Welcome to May 1st. How are you? How is everybody doing? We are embarking on a very interesting month. A lot of really cool astrology going on this month. Right now, as I'm speaking, we have Mars moving into Aries, we have Venus moving into Taurus. So, like all of that kind of natural energy, really beautiful energy there. Tomorrow we have Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius. FYI. So if you have a lot of air in your chart, a lot of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, um, that could be really good for you because it's actually facilitated and supported. It's trining those other signs, other air signs. And so lots of new ideas can be coming in for the air signs. If you're feeling like it's a challenging situation, if you felt like Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto and Capricorn have been giving you fits going back and forth between the two, Pluto's going to go back into Capricorn later this year. And if you're interested in how all this might be impacting you, I have astrology live workshops if you want to jump on. So please do. Let's see where we go. To be fair, there's Libra. To be fair, serendipity, there's Sagittarius. Ooh, chaos and conflict. That's a number 33 card. Whatever is going on, if you are standing in the midst of some kind of hurricane, just know that you're going to be bestowed with some good luck. Okay, and something happening out of the blue of this chaos and conflict. Look at these opposites, right? Very balanced, very calm, very peaceful. All of a sudden, we're in the middle of, it's like a tornado, right? It comes up really quickly, very little warning. And I like this card of serendipity because this makes me feel like even if you are in the midst of some kind of tumult, there is a silver lining. Serendipity is Jupiter energy. We have Jupiter right now in Taurus. And in May, the sun is going to conjunct Jupiter, lighting it up. So that's later in May. All right, this is really a daily reading for the collective, but you might want to pay attention to later in May in this reading and see if it might, or put a pin in this reading and revisit it later in the month. But let's see where we're going here. I see the Two of Cups. I see the Two of Cups. I see the Two of Pentacles. I see the Devil card, and I see the Lovers card, Gemini energy, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is definitely, I'm dealing with some of you who have been on the fence about a love relationship. Is it good for me? Is it not good for me? Is it positive for me? Is it negative for me? It's sort of like all in how you look at it. So like this whole thing about a storm, you could look at that like, oh my God, that's going to ruin my life. What if you looked at it like it's opportunity? What if you looked at it that way? And I think Aquarius energy is about that kind of removing emotion for a second and being able to see that something is moving out of your life. It may be causing some distress, but if your mantra is whatever is meant for me will stay, whatever's not meant for me will go, you'll be able to see the silver lining in all of this a lot more quickly than you might have. It's your choice as to how you look at it. Are you looking at it like it's a trap? It's a trap, right? Are you like, or are you looking at it as opportunity? Are you looking at it as expansive, as potential? And again, this is the choice, your own choice. Now, I get the feeling here that if some of you may be confused, or some of you may be nope, not doing that, there's a new opportunity to kind of hash this out. So if you're in a relationship and you're kind of like wobbling back and forth, should I stay? Should I go? Or if you have an opportunity for a relationship, you're kind of like, I don't know, should I do that? Maybe I don't want to. Maybe it's fine, just being on my own. Why do I want to mess up my life? Well, whatever it is, I just get the feeling that looking at this opportunity, or looking at this through the lens of positivity, which is very Sagittarian, very Jupiterian, right? Very optimistic. The most optimistic assessment of a tornado, right? Clears the way, clears the path, gets rid of stuff that needs to be uprooted. Well, not all the time, but like if theoretically speaking, okay? Theoretically speaking. The Hierophant, Three of Cups, Queen of Wands, woo, Ten of Swords. Some of you are really putting an end to a long-term commitment that you might have been felt trapped in. Job path, friendship that isn't working out, decision that you've made, right? A decision that you've made. I made a choice to go to a certain college. It's not really working out. Okay. 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords, but then you don't tell anybody. You're kind of like, well, I made this choice. And so if I say I want to get out of it or move on or make a different choice, then I should just rub some dirt on it. I should just suck it up. I should just keep going. Tornadoes aren't that bad. Okay. I just get the feeling that you might be lying to yourself that something isn't, if you're in a love partnership, that you expected it to be fill in the blank, and it's not that, right? You expected a marriage to be more intimate, and it's not that. You expected a business opportunity or a career path to be more fulfilling. It's not that. It doesn't mean you were wrong to choose it in the first place. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you're making decisions now based on actual experience with this choice. And you're like, oh yeah, I didn't know this stuff before. And there was no way to really incorporate that into your thinking before. So give yourself a break, okay? Moon, 8 of Swords, Knight of Wands. Some of you don't see a way out of this. All right. Some of you are in a relationship or in a place in your life that you may have determined isn't for you, and you just don't see a path out, right? You just don't see a path. It's like, okay, I made the choice. I got in, and now I'm feeling that it's not right for me. So my new choice is, some of you are choosing to stick your head in the sand. Some of you choosing to lie to yourself. Some of you are choosing to go outside of that commitment and do something else without closing down that commitment first. I think this all comes from a place of being afraid to make another choice. Like, are you really in a family or a friend group that is going to like completely cut you down for doing that? Gee, I hope not. Because we all make mistakes and we all make choices based on what we know at the time. You did fine. You made a choice based on what you knew at the time. And I have a friend who turned down a really good opportunity at a college. I don't know why I'm thinking of college, but for somebody, this might be a choice of college. And they turned down a really good thing to go to another college for their love relationship that ended 3 weeks later. And they never said, I might want to rethink this choice. They just were like, nope, I'm just going to continue to go. And it was a miserable experience for them. They never, ever gave themselves a chance to make a second decision. Say, you know what? I see. That's the thing. It's like, I made a decision based on criteria that were outside of what I would normally choose or what I would normally use to make the choice, right? If another person's involved or if there's some other reason why you made this choice. I feel like that's coming up. So for example, I am getting the feeling that some of you made a decision to marry a certain person for reasons that aren't really true anymore, or aren't didn't weren't true ever for this person. Okay, if you thought by marrying this person you're going to get a lot closer and then they'll fall in love with you, and they were really marrying you for the look of the thing, you look good on paper, and it's like, eesh. um some of you took a career path because it's what your parents wanted you to do, and it sucks. Okay, this is a chance for you to say, I'm making a new decision. Some of us waited till we were in our 50s to make that choice, after 30 years of working, after 25 years of marriage, after whatever. It's like longevity here, long time. I'm talking to somebody here who feels like they can't make another choice. Fill in the blank. For the look of the thing, what is everybody going to say about me leaving the law, leaving being a lawyer, and going to start a farm? What is everybody going to say about that? It's true that you may cause a ruckus, but it will die down. And people who don't die down really want to hold you to some kind of weird thing that they want. You're basically being given the opportunity to look through the lens of, what everybody else does is about them. It's not about me. So if someone's really needling you or holding your feet to the fire about sticking it out, because I've got Taurus here and I've got Capricorn, and one of their most enduring qualities is the stick-to-itiveness. But I'm getting Libra here, which is like weighing the checks and the balances. I'm getting Sagittarius energy, which is about more whimsical. This is Sagittarius energy too. I'm getting the moon, which is Cancer. It's like, how do I feel about this? Those are all different criteria than maybe went into making this decision. And now we've got chaos and conflict. Now you've got a chance to make a new decision. What if something happens that throws this choice sort of overboard, right? What if something happens that nullifies the choice? What if you're married to somebody and you guys plod along and raise your children, but there's not a lot of love there? There might be friendship there, which is good, but there's like not a lot of what you want there. There's other criterion that you have. And this person says to you, I think I want out of this because I'm gay, because I'm recognizing I'm a different person than the person that made this choice. What if someone said that to you? It would sort of like free things up a lot, wouldn't it? But there's also this sense of like, don't you feel that way? Don't you feel like this career doesn't work for you? Or don't you feel like this friendship doesn't work for you? Or something like that. This is really about you making a decision. It's like, are you going to wait for somebody else who's being impacted by the lousiness of this situation to speak up? Because I really think this is about you speaking up on your own behalf. Okay, we're getting a lot of that. And as Jupiter moves into Gemini, Venus is moving into Gemini. We've got the sun moving into Gemini later this month. There's just this sense of a renewed opportunity to communicate. Out of confusion comes stronger communication capabilities. I feel like for a long time you might have held back and just been like, I'm going to suffer in silence. All right, the suffering in silence thing is overrated. Knight of Swords. Yeah, it causes rage. Sure does. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. All right, so what happens here is you get an opportunity to vent your spleen, to vent your rage about something. For whatever reason, there's a catalyst, there's an activation Okay, some kind of chaos and conflict that activates an opening for you to say it. It's like an off ramp. There's an idea coming in, there's a new choice, new path. I get the feeling that some of you resonating with this reading have always thought that there's only two choices. It's either I stay or I burst into flames. I stay with it, I stick with it, or I burst into flames. One of my values is consistency. Okay? Aren't you being inconsistent about the truth? Okay, isn't that an inconsistency? Because I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here. Three of Swords. Ace of Swords. Oh, my. World. All you have to do is say it out loud, and then you get what you want. All you have to do is say it. What if I told you that that was the truth? All you have to do is say it out loud. Let's go deeper. I'm going to pull cards for each zodiac sign. I'm going to give you some messages from Spirit. Let's see where we go and what you don't see coming. Each zodiac sign will get their own guidance. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.